Hi, my name is Lori Rowley. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Icon Savings Plan. Today I'm joined by my co-founding partner and CTO, Sasha Mace, and he'll be driving the demo for us. We are really excited to show you what we've built. You're going to see a simple, faster, radically less expensive way for employers to offer a retirement savings plan to their employees and to their contractors. It's called Icon, and it's the first fully portable, universally accessible workplace retirement plan. So it works like a 401k plan with pre-tax payroll contributions, but it removes the cost, the administrative burden, and the fiduciary responsibility from the employer, and enables all types of businesses, including gig platforms, to offer a low-cost, easy-to-use plan that travels with you from job to job. No more rollovers and no more lost accounts. Icon really is the next generation retirement savings plan. It's built and designed for the needs of the modern workforce. And today we're going to show you how easy it is for an employer to set up an account. There's no plan design required, there's no consultant that you need, and there's no federal filing requirements. So we're going to start at the point where the employer's email has already been verified. We perform KYB on the back end. So what happens first is the employer puts in the name of their company. So in this case, for our demo today, it's Ted's Fishing Supplies. So we'll put that name in, and then we'll select the industry type, which of course is fishing, hunting, and trapping, and the company size. So it's 100 employees. Ted has a very successful business. So we continue to the next screen, where the employer just accepts some agreements that we have, terms of service. And then they go to the next few steps. So the first thing they're going to do is add their bank account. So this is the bank account that will action their payroll. So that's a quick link. They're going to use Chase in this case, and they're going to put in their user ID for their account and their password. And then that will automatically link to their Icon account. So the way to think about it is it works like a 401k plan where it comes right from payroll into the individual's retirement account. So the next thing they need to do is set up their groups. So this is a feature that we've built in because so many businesses today have a combination of W-2 and 1099 workers. And so this is where Icon is universally accessible. All types of workers are eligible to use Icon. And so we've accommodated that for the employer by allowing different groups. So in this case, we're going to select the Seattle office for Ted's Fishing Supplies. And we'll associate the bank account that actions that payroll, and it's the Chase account. And then the frequency. We know that different employer groups get paid at different times, so having that kind of customized experience is helpful for the employer. And then we select the first pay date. So this is when the first payroll contributions will action. So we've selected the 11th. And then the reminder time. So this is a time that we put in for the employer to go in and verify their payroll account, their contributions. So at this point, what's next for the employer is we're going to invite employees to participate in the plan. So if you have a smaller company, you can just easily add in the email address to the individual, and we will send out from our platform all of the enrollment information for the individuals with the number that links them, that identifies them with their employer. We can also accept a larger batch file as well. So you put in the first name, and then those invitations go out directly to the employees. So really, at this point, the plan is really fully set up and ready to use. All the employer really has to do is approve the payroll contributions. All they have to do is hit approve. So we also integrate with the payroll providers. So if that's the case, that would sync automatically. So what you've just witnessed is how we have reduced what is normally a 6 to 8 week process to set up a retirement plan in just a few minutes. The employer doesn't have to design the plan. They don't have to select funds, investment decisions. It's all ready to go, and it runs itself.
Thanks, Lori. That's a great demo. I have a quick question for you, though. How are you guys able to do this? Can you explain how Icon is different from what's out there and how you're able to speed this process up so dramatically?
Yeah, Greg, that's a great question. So really, through our platform, we're transformed what workplace retirement savings from a product that an employer creates to a service that an employer can access. The benefit to the employer of doing this is that we've removed the complexity, the fiduciary risk and burden, and the cost from the employer. So all the employer pays is a one-time setup fee. There's no ongoing administration. We've really stripped away all of the other stuff that comes along with these plans and is really focused on what the needs are of the employer and what savers need as well. So we're going to switch gears and show you how ICON works for the individual saver. Again, their onboarding just takes a couple of minutes as well. We handle KYC on the back end. That's pretty much instantaneously. So we have created an account that's approved and ready to set up for the first time. We're going to show you what the individual saver would do. So the first thing so let me just back up a second and say we've already asked the individual the risk tolerance questions. And this is where we present to them a portfolio recommendation. All they really need to do is hit accept. So I'll just pause and say ICON is a registered investment advisor. Our portfolios include ETFs from Vanguard and BlackRock, and our average investment portfolio fees are 7 basis points. As a comparison, the average in the 401k industry is about 80, so significantly less expensive. So they just hit select portfolio. And then one final thing they need to do is just decide how much and select how much they're going to put into their ICON account. Again, like a 401k plan, they select an amount, it goes directly into their account. In this case, the person selects $120, and when they get paid, that amount will go into their account. So now on the contribution page, this is where you can see what you've contributed to your plan and track your progress. You can also add other contribution sources here as well. So this is really what makes ICON portable. When you leave your employer, your account follows you. It travels with you from employer to employer. Your next employer can set up ICON and can make contributions directly into your account. You can have multiple employers contributing, and you can even use your own bank account if you are self-employed. So it really allows that kind of customization and flexibility so that ICON stays with you as you travel from job to job over your career. So just moving over to the dashboard, you can see this allows the person to see their portfolio and where they're invested and how much they have saved. So at this point, you might be saying, how is this really different than a 401k? There's a couple of big differences and benefits to the savers over a 401k. First, transparent low fees. It's about 10 times less expensive than a 401k plan. Second, we're able to tailor the investments to the needs of the individual. And third, it goes where you go. It's fully portable, so it stays with you for life. No more rollovers, no more lost accounts, and no more lack of coverage.
Excellent. Thanks, Lori. So a couple more questions I think we have time for. The first one, you just mentioned portability. How big of an issue is that? Or lack of portability maybe is the better way to phrase that.
Yeah, so the lack of portability is probably one of the largest problems in the 401k system. So the 401k plan was invented 50 years ago, and back then the workforce looked very different. People pretty much stayed at one employer for their whole career. But today the workforce is mobile and people change jobs every couple of years. And what we're seeing is that $92 billion is cashed out of the 401k system every year because of lack of portability. Because of course, when you change plans, when you leave your employer, you have to change plans because that 401k plan is owned by your employer and you have to take your money out and do something else with it. So people cash it out, oftentimes they leave it behind, and it's become a huge problem in the industry. Great question.
Yeah, no, certainly I've experienced a little bit of that myself. And then my last question, I think, is, what percentage of businesses today even offer a 401k plan? Is that as common as it used to be?
So it's not. For the last 20 years, there's been a steady decline in employers offering 401k plans. So again, they're not really working for the modern workforce. And so about 40% of employers offer a plan, which means most employers don't. And of course, that means 50 million working Americans don't have any kind of workplace savings plan. And because Americans are really conditioned to save for retirement through our employers, that's really where we need to start focusing the attention to help make sure everybody has a secure financial future. People are 15 times more likely to save when they're offered a plan through their employer. With ICON, we've created a more inclusive and sustainable system for delivering retirement savings. Our goal is to make sure that every employer can offer every worker a plan. Thanks for your time, and if you're interested in learning more, come visit us at our booth. Thanks so much.